progress monitoring data tab in our small group lesson plan system. I'm going to click over to the tab down here. You can of course use the links on your dashboard. And when you get into this tab, there is a lot of information in one place. I've gone ahead and filled in some sample data. So I've got 10 student names over here. And then this is directly from my benchmark. So if students have their beginning of the year benchmark score, it'll go in this column. The benchmarks I've previously used set a goal, but you could have your own homemade goal as well. And then as you have progress monitoring measures, they are these other columns. If your measures are dated, you can change the heading titles or leave yourself a comment by right-clicking on them so that you have a good measure of the dates, but you just keep on entering in your information. And what's great about this tab is as you enter the information, it's going to show you your progress towards the goal. So if I remove numbers here, the progress towards the goal is going to change, and it is automatically color coded to kind of account for how students are in relation to completing their goal. As you scroll over, it automatically creates a progress graph for you based on those numbers headed towards that goal. You can see a couple of my sample students exceeded their goal. I have one that missed the mark on their goal, and it gives you a visual of all of that. So that's what feeds into the graph. If you keep on scrolling over, there are some additional columns such as words per minute. If you are tracking words per minute in your classroom, you can make any hand type notes that you like. You can put on any accommodations that you are doing in your classroom if they need certain things when they are testing, and then just a spot for observation. So these last several columns are really yours to customize and use how you need. They don't filter into the graphs at all, but they are there so that you can track progress. Before we wrap up, I want to talk about one more thing. I want to talk about if you need to add a progress monitoring data point. So if you go to the columns at the top, I'm going to pretend I need one for this first section of the year. If you right click, you can enter in a column, and I am just going to number this 7 because that is what goes on with my pattern. It's mad at me because I have 7 twice. So for the sake of example, I'm going to call it 13 because that's a new number. But you could renumber your data points, or if you're putting in the date, that's just fine. And you will see if I type in a data point in here, I'm going to make it a high number so we can see the difference. It will automatically add it to your graph and your progress percentage. So it's really easy if you need to add in more data points to just add in a column, and everything will feed right into the formula. Leave a comment below if you have any other questions about using this progress monitoring sheet, and thanks so much for watching. Feel free to give me a thumbs up and a follow.